One Zambia, One Nation. Thank you for joining us on Zanis News. The headlines. President Hichilema receives credentials from ambassadors assigned to Zambia. Italian government gives Zambia Red Cross Society 500,000 euros. Government scales up retrieval of sincerely trapped minors. Plus, Lusaka Province Permanent Secretary warns parents against marrying off children. With the news in detail, my name is Faith Katai, and my sign language interpreter is Renard Simukonda. President Hakainde Hichilema this morning received credentials from ambassadors designated to Zambia at State House. In his message, President Hichilema called for strengthened relations to ensure that peace, security, and stability is promoted. Ethel Chanda has details in this report.
These are the newly appointed ambassadors assigned to Zambia, and one by one this morning, the ambassadors presented their letters of credence to President Hakainde Hichilema at State House, with a commitment to strengthening the bilateral ties and to work with the Zambian government in various areas of development.
I'm committed to work with the government of Zambia in strengthening the existing bilateral agreements focusing on the economic, scientific, and technical cooperation, and to explore new areas of cooperation. Moreover, the joint venture between Ethiopian Airlines and Air Zambia exemplifies the maturity of our diplomatic and economic cooperation.
Spain wishes to contribute towards the nation's continued economic efforts to finalize the debt restructuring process, the fight against corruption, and the implementation of democratic reforms.
President Hakainde Hichilema stressed the need to work together as countries to maintain peace, security, and stability.
And we would like to work with you and our sister governments, brotherly governments of Algeria, Ethiopia, Spain, Mauritius, deepening our cooperation to keep our world, our countries, our regions, our continents, our world safe for everybody. Safe for everybody, including the children, those that live with disabilities, and the most advantaged in our societies. When there's instability in any of our countries, we have proven our point that everyone gets affected. This country has a history of being a peacemaker throughout our history. And the colonial struggle, period during the colonial struggle, this country was host to most liberation struggle icons in our region for peace, for stability, so we can focus on the economic front.
President Hichilema also noted Zambia's willingness to work with each country and the African Union to deepen joint efforts in sectors such as tourism, energy, and climate change. He further requested that countries whose ambassadors are assigned to Zambia but resident in other countries be relocated to Zambia in order to strengthen cooperation.
On that side, economy and social development, we want to continue with our bilateral relationships, each one of you, regional partnerships, yourselves and African Union, to deepen joint efforts. My colleague from Mauritius talked of tourism. In all these sectors, tourism, energy, especially green energy, given climate change, damage that we are all experiencing now without exception. In food security, we have a drought now which has instigated two insecurities: food insecurity and energy insecurity. I must make an ask to those who are not resident here to pass a message to my colleagues, presidents, prime ministers, that we're expecting you to graduate into having embassies right in this country. I think time is now to do that. Honestly speaking, we do a lot with each other, and it will be easier to work with each other on a day-to-day basis when you are located here. We have no issue where you are located, but we think that it's time to locate here. And we will facilitate the requirements for you to relocate.
Other ambassadors include ambassadors from Algeria and Mauritius. Ethel Chanda for Zanis in Lusaka.
Meanwhile, the Italian government has given the Zambia's Red Cross Society 500,000 euros towards mitigating the effects of the drought across the country. Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation Development Cooperation Director General Stefano Gatti revealed this when he led an Italian delegation in paying a courtesy call on President Hakainde Higa at State House in Lusaka this morning. And President Higa thanked the Italian government for the gesture, indicating that the drought situation has a devastating effect on the country's agriculture sector, which has resulted in less yield. President Higa noted that Zambia is expected to have a largest yield during the 2023-2024 farming season as farmers across the country responded to the call by government to ensure that there is enough yield.
This is, for many reasons, timely. Italy's own decisions to work with Africa so Africa is not left behind is really encouraging to us. And for us as a country, we wouldn't have been happy if we were left out of that package of your initiatives, especially the Matai plan of development is a very, very important plan to us, and we're looking inside that plan. And we're picking clear areas of commonality, agriculture, as I said. I'm a farmer myself. But now with the drought affliction, thank you for your support. Your willingness to work with us in water, in energy, in agriculture, continuing with our journey on the engineering side. We're very, very delighted to continue and deepen that relationship. Obviously, in agriculture, if I might spend a bit of time, the drought has taught us a lesson. Without the drought this year, we were going to have the largest yield of crop. Our farmers responded to our appeal to plant more, but the drought came, which has caused food insecurity, which has caused, number two, energy security. So we are looking at diversifying our energy mix as well as a strategic issue now, because this climate change is now a national threat to many countries, including ourselves.
Italy has a major climate fund, the biggest national climate fund that has been mobilized in the world. It has a capability of 4.4 billion euros that is now starting to disperse in different kind of projects, and this is at the basis of also the collaboration we have kick-started with you, relevant ministry, that will be the start of a path to identify and work together on projects. We are extremely concerned for the drought situation of your country. Just before coming here, I signed and mobilized our financing to the appeal of the Red Cross for the drought in Zambia, our first financing of 500,000 euros, and Italy stands ready to continue to support and the appeal on that. And finally, as a final point, I would like to let you know that Italy has made at the G7 summit in a few weeks ago in Italy, we hold the presidency this year of the G7, an announcement of our direct involvement in the Lobito corridor, for which Italy will be mobilizing around 320 million euros of resources in different parts of the projects and the programs. And once again, the discussion that we started to have yesterday with your government is to look together what kind of projects, what kind of common initiatives we will launch, considering that Italy is committed to supporting this key infrastructure.
President Hakainde Hichilema's Special Assistant for Finance and Investments, Jito Kayumba, says skills development is paramount for enhancing labor productivity in the country. More in the following report.
Skills development is key in unlocking one's potential in society. It enhances employability and productivity, hence government's unwavering commitment to ensuring that young Zambians are equipped with skills. Government has since spent over $10 million in procuring TVET equipment for various TVET institutions offering skills training. As such, enrollment numbers have increased to above 100,000 in 2024. Private institutions such as the Mamba Collieries have also partnered with government to offer various skills. Mr. Kayumba, who is in Mamba, has since toured the Skills Center to appreciate the company's commitment in providing skills development.
Part of the President's vision to really transform the economy of this country requires enhancement of human capital. This is why you have free education, and this is why you've got a lot of provision of bursaries, meal allowances, anywhere in which we can enhance the ability of young people, students in general, to obtain education. And part of what Mamba is doing and what excites us about this particular institution that we have here is, number one, it's TVET accredited. So it means that whoever comes and does their course, whether in metal fabrication, electrical technology, there's mechanical fitting, it makes them relevant as part of the industrialization process. Because we ultimately, yes, we need
to help market our students, we go beyond the TVET syllabus. As you are going to see, we have solar plant demonstrations here. We have conveyor belts that have been manufactured here, and other things which are not prescribed by TVET. So by offering such courses, we feel our students will be very marketable.
Mamba Collieries has also partnered with the Catholic Church through government support in running the Mamba Youth Skills Center, equipping Zambians with various skills such as tailoring.
It started from as a livelihood program, but it has shifted to just a general community empowerment, yes, which does not really discriminate against anybody.
Fabric is also a big industry on its own, and then you turn that fabric into something people can wear. And ultimately that creates an economic benefit. And this is value that can accrue not only to this region, but also to the rest of the country, as well as the entire in the neighboring countries.
Mr. Kayumba also toured the Mamba General Hospital Eye Clinic, which is supported by Mamba Collieries. Mamba Collieries is this August set to begin the construction of its first 300 megawatts coal-powered power plant. Talan Muchima, reporting for Zanis in Mamba.
In business news, Minister of Small and Medium Enterprise Development, Elias Mubanga, has noted that sustained economic growth cannot be achieved without leveraging on the power and resilience of micro, small and medium enterprises. Here are the details by Shilika Chabalengula.
The Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise Development has today commemorated the United Nations Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Day. The event culminated into the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between government and DSIK to advance financial literacy in the country among MSMEs.
As a center of government intervention to build a resilient economy of MSMEs, MSMEs have weathered the storm amidst the challenges and disasters a country would face. The World UN Day theme is timely. Therefore, the key to economic growth and sustained growth of jobs and productivity cannot be achieved without leveraging on the power and resilience of micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. As we commemorate the 2024 International MSME Day, we are all called upon to come up with clear ways on how to support the MSMEs to advance the 2030 agenda and contribute to achieving the SDGs, including poverty eradication and decent work for all.
And DSIK Senior Project Advisor explains its support to government.
Are an implementing partner of the Bank of Zambia here. We already work for Zambia to implement the National Strategy for Financial Education and Financial Inclusion, and as such we have deployed trainings, capacity building programs that are like playing a game, business game trainings, hands-on 3-day trainings in all provinces of Zambia. So now with the ministry, we will sit together and train mentors in this country. Already we have trained around 100 mentors, SME mentors in Zambia that are matched with SMEs based on their industry, based on their location, based on their definition of mentorship. And we bring them together and we make sure a mentor gives back to society, handholds an SME, and helps them to achieve their intrinsic goals.
The event was commemorated under the theme, Leveraging the Power and Resilience of MSMEs to Accelerate Sustainable Development and Eradicate Poverty in Times of Multiple Crises. Shilika Chabalengula for Zanis in Lusaka.
In other news, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Hakainde, says there is need to accelerate the implementation measures aimed at strengthening peace, security and stability in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, the Kingdom of Lesotho and Mozambique. Mr. Hakainde was speaking when he officially opened the 26th meeting of the Ministerial Committee of the Organ on Politics, Defense and Security Cooperation in Lusaka today. Audrey Kalenga has the details.
The 26th Ordinary Meeting of the Southern African Development Community SADC Ministerial Committee of the Organ on Politics, Defense and Security Cooperation has opened in Lusaka today. The meeting is composed of ministers responsible for foreign affairs, defense, public security and state security from all SADC member states and is mandated to coordinate the work of the SADC organ on promoting peace and security in the region. Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation Hakainde officially opened the meeting as chairman of the organ.
Are encouraged by the progress made in the political and security situation in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, the Kingdom of Lesotho, and the Republic of Mozambique. However, we remain aware that peace building is an ongoing process and should therefore continue to be engaged in assisting our fellow brothers and sisters in finding lasting solutions to these challenges. We commend the SADC mission in DRC, that is SAMI DRC, which was deployed in December 2023 for its commitment to addressing the insecurity in the eastern part of the DRC.
Mr. Hakainde also expressed concern with the increased cases of terrorism and other transnational organized crimes such as drug trafficking within the SADC regions and called for initiatives to address the scourge.
While the SADC region continues to enjoy relative peace and tranquility, terrorism and other transnational organized crimes continue to be of great concern. It is therefore imperative that SADC member states continue to cooperate and undertake joint initiatives to address these threats. Your Excellencies, distinguished delegates, as we begin this ministerial segment, I'm confident that our deliberations will be fruitful and yield tangible outcomes that will be of great benefit to the region.
And Southern Africa Development Community SADC Executive Secretary Elias Magosi expressed happiness with the peaceful manner in which elections have been conducted recently within the SADC member states.
Observed 6 general elections in 5 member states, namely the Republic of Zimbabwe in August of 2023, the Kingdom of Eswatini in September of 23, the Republic of Madagascar for presidential and legislative elections in November and May this year, and the Democratic Republic of Congo in December, and the Republic of South Africa in May this year. I wish to congratulate the governments and the people of these countries for the generally peaceful way they conducted themselves in their respective elections. Later this year, elections will be held in 4 other SADC member states.
The meeting will discuss issues aimed at promoting peace and security, which are critical factors in creating a conducive environment for regional cooperation and integration. The decisions made during the MCO meeting will be presented at the SADC Heads of State and Government Summit in August 2024. Audrey Kalenga, for Zanis in Lusaka.
We take a break, stay tuned.
The Issue is a program that looks at topical issues happening in the country. Watch The Issue every Friday at 19:30 hours, only on Zanis TV, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH on Topstar. Don't miss.
How I Made It is a program that delves into the many success stories of different people from all walks of life. Watch How I Made It on Zanis TV every Thursday at 18:30 hours on the Topstar channel, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH.
Welcome back. You are still watching Zanis News. The Transforming Landscapes for Resilience and Development project, TRALAD, has supported more than 48,000 beneficiaries under the livelihood sub-component. More in the following report.
The Transforming Landscapes for Resilience and Development project has made substantial investments in Luapula province of approximately $25.5 million United States dollars since its implementation in 2020. As the project is scheduled to come to an end on December 31, 2025, a review meeting was held in Zomba District, where Luapula Province Permanent Secretary Mighty Mumba highlighted the positive impacts of the project.
Under the livelihood sub-component, colleagues, the project has so far supported 48,848 beneficiaries and a total of 11,182 households. In terms of infrastructure, the project has constructed embankments and crossing points in Chifunabuli, Kawambwa, and in Chelenge districts. Further, the project has widened and deepened the transportation channels in Lunga, and also construction and rehabilitation of weirs and irrigation canals in Kawambwa and in Chelenge.
And the TRALAD Provincial Project Operations Officer Titus Walima noted that to promote climate mitigation and adaptation, the water channels in Lunga district have been cleared.
A lot has been done in Lunga, looking at where we are coming from. It was difficult really to move, especially during this period, starting July going until the rainy season, we were challenging because the water levels could be so low and the boats could not move. But this time around, I think there's a lot that has been done, so we managed to dredge 5 channels there.
Chipiri Makasa, reporting for Zanis News in Zomba District.
About 12,000 households severely affected by the recent drought situation in Chingola district are expected to benefit from the Drought Response Emergency Social Cash Transfer Program. The Drought Response Emergency Social Cash Transfer Program, which is being implemented by the Department of Social Welfare, aims to address and mitigate socio-economic challenge brought about the effects of climate change. Ian Chomba reports.
The Zambian government has scaled up efforts in mitigating effects of climate change and the drought situation, which has affected almost 60% of the Zambian population, mostly those in the agricultural sector. The drought situation has also affected the livelihoods of local people, including the business community. The Department of Social Welfare under the Ministry of Community Development and Social Services is one key government department which handles the livelihoods of local people, especially the vulnerable. The department has since rolled out a Drought Response Emergency Cash Transfer Sensitization Program in Chingola District, which is expected to benefit about 12,000 households in the district in addition to the already existing beneficiaries. Government officials in the district, together with civic leaders, have teamed up to support the program.
Ladies and gentlemen, indeed, this support, when it reaches the said households, will make a very big difference, and it will go towards the purchase of food items, water, healthcare, and other essential goods and services to improve your livelihoods.
Uyu President
Achimono kwebate nachiana tupeli abantu bonse abena Zambia abena chingola bonse. It doesn't matter kuchipanyoko olefuma. It doesn't matter kucheichoko olefuma. Bantu limwina Zambia ngana utita qualify bafire bakupera. Akanyo kwebati takuli kulemba fye babulu benu ebalesenda olwa abantu bambi nona kwatira.
The government has a package for these people who are qualifying under the emergency cash transfer. What is the package? Those that are already on social cash transfer, remember we have two payments. There are the able-bodied and households where there are people living with disability. In households where there are people living with disability, currently they are getting 800. 800? Yes. They are getting 800 kwacha every 2 months. It's a bi-monthly payment. Then those where there's no disability, either elderly, female-headed, child-headed, or chronic, they are getting 400.
Community members have commended government for coming up with various interventions in combating the drought situation in the country. I'm Ian Chomba reporting for Zanis in Chingola.
The Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, has reiterated its commitment towards supporting sustained food security among households in Zomba District affected by the drought experience during the last farming season. FAO Monitoring and Evaluation Officer Patrick Chilumba explains that partnering with key organizations such as UNICEF, his organization will ensure financial and technical support is offered to beneficiary households under the Scaling Up Nutrition 2 project. Details in this report.
Since its inception in 2021, the Scaling Up Nutrition program, which has been implemented in various sectors, such as fisheries, livestock and agriculture, has been empowering women groups in Zomba District with knowledge and implements on best practices to enhance nutrition in their households. Despite some of the project activities having come to an end this year, the Food and Agriculture Organization wants some of these activities sustained in a bid to mitigate effects of climate change on food security at household level.
FAO is also responding to the drought situation by offering technical and financial support towards the households whom we work with under Scaling Up Nutrition 2. So the project, in terms of district activities, came to an end in June. But UNICEF, FAO, and the donors, we have agreed that we do a last push to help our target groups again a little bit more.
Nkanduka Tongo is Zomba District Scaling Up Nutrition Coordinator.
For Zomba District, we have a total of 25,000 beneficiaries that we registered, and we have a model known as the Nutrition Support Group model, where we have grouped our beneficiaries who basically are pregnant mothers, lactating mothers, and also caretakers of children that are under 2. Those are the ones that we are targeting to reduce the stunting levels that are high in the country.
Some of the beneficiaries are elated with the support received so far.
Ubo tumbotu jana ku programu ya suni tu ya kulima ishange yetu limide mu garden omu maveja aya atyola maveja totola twakusambala twamala kusambala ali amali twaleta ku saving tulijisi saving group ya suni tu ponya twaleta ku saving okuya twaja kusika chindisha kwa abana ponya ali amali twajita twa abana kaboto ponya twamani atuliyoli gwasha mu manda tego usanganye mu myomo hosani na bana bawo
twarumba maningi ku project enji mwakatuletera yatusumpula maningi yasumpula abana kambwe no bana gwina no bayopenga mulange mpongo zezi twahuba kuli penzi na gwina penzi inoliko mikupaya ro twapatira patira twajata kapongo twasambala mwana watyani wali gwasha.
Lise Musole, Zanis in Zomba District, Southern Province.
The government has scaled up the retrieval of trapped bodies of small-scale miners at Senseli Mine in Chingola on the Copper Belt. So far, 26 bodies have been retrieved with only one person rescued alive. More details in the following report.
Following a mine accident at Sensali Mine in Chingola last year in December, an accident which is believed to have claimed more than 30 small-scale miners, government and stakeholders have scaled up the retrieval of the remaining bodies of the trapped miners. So far, 26 bodies have been retrieved, with one person rescued alive. All the rescued and identified bodies are given a befitting burial procession with funeral and burial expenses catered for by government. Speaking during the burial of a latest retrieved body, Chingola District Commissioner Raphael Chumupi, accompanied by Chingola Mayor Johnson Kangombe, reiterated government's commitment to retrieve and bury all the trapped bodies of the miners.
As government, we have taken full responsibility to do everything for the families. His Excellency President Hakainde Higa also gave us some support that each time you do a burial, please support our families with a 10,000 kwacha. We have that money with us, which the President gave us to support the families. So mkwaita tuamileke shimweka hiyo, tola wambira chapamo, mpaka fetuka puishe kufumia bonsaba shere pamushiri. Toka tunawabake selala kunukulelea wanabo.
Lero nde mikoselesha mweru puwa kwebati be strong as your government. Oko tuli chitwafuana in any way possible. We know we cannot compensate life. Life tapari winga chita compensate. Lero chonde kwate kukoselesha bonse bajije osi ba town clerk na management yenu council yenu kwebati muabombeni pamulimo wonse pomwambira fe. Lero nde michita komenjo kwebati epa shiri pakuleka.
The bereaved families and mourners have commended government for the continued support rendered to them during the trying moments.
Kuteko wa Zambia kutuwapuisha watu wapuisha kwamba mu December kutuambira kuisa unokuchingola nokuisa tukapausha kwa leo au nabo wakutasha ilisha chitikire chisendo chali chapina kuli pepweka ngata twachikwanishe ngopa pamonga ulupwa lero kulise bakwalesa abantu bakwalesa mwana bakwalesa na mtu afilisha abantu batatu tachalisha angu kakulipwa awe au nabo wakutotera finji vya kulanda shikwetu lesambipale bonse.
Ian Chomba reporting for Zanis in Chingola.
We take our last break. Stay tuned.
Zambia Today is a program that keeps you informed on various government policies and programs. Join us every Tuesday at 18 hours on Zanis TV, Topstar Platform, Channel 6 DTT, and 458 DTH. Don't miss. Woman Thou Art is a program that offers counsel to the female folk, sharing real-life experiences and providing guidance to the women and young girls on necessary steps and conducts that will help shape and nurture a sober society. Watch Woman Thou Art on Zanis TV every Wednesday at 18:30 hours on the Topstar channel, Channel 6 DTT, and Channel 458 DTH.
Welcome back. The news continues. We go to Eastern Province, where Zanis staffer Hope Walia reports that construction works of the Gwauni boarding secondary school in Katete district have commenced. Here are the details.
The full cycle of a formal education experience remains on government's top agenda. It is for this reason that government has commenced the construction works of the Gwauni boarding secondary school in Katete district of Eastern Province. Speaking during the groundbreaking ceremony of the school, Eastern Province Education Officer had this to say.
That time we are talking about government promises to ensure schools were to be built in Eastern Province, and people were doubting. But today we are here not to talk about promises, but to witness works that are going on at this great place where we are going to build, or where we are building, a boarding school meant for both girls and boys. Works have started, as you can see at the site. As Provincial Education Officer for Eastern Province, I'm so happy. I'm so happy because my government, your government, is doing as it is promising the people of Zambia.
Inenirupempa kuti wina aliyense ali pano osati bene malata oka. Wina aliyense ali pano anya ntchito akapita awo yang'anira ntchito tikaonetsetse tense tikhala akapokola tense tikhala asilikali ngati tilekerera kuti zomangira zizibedwa makamaka simenti pakagwa chabe mvula imodzi sikulu yonse ikagwa tikeko nzeru kuba kwa zinthu zosevenzesa pa ntchito ndicho chiwononga vitukuko valero.
And the traditional leadership that gave out land appealed to the guardians to take their children to school.
Ino skulu pazakakale kuti vachoka kutali ku Lusaka bolo kaphunzira kuno ise vathu amudzi umu ali kumalasha yayi nizaone ngati nikhale na moyo kutha kwa skulu ino munidziwa bwino tizaonetsesa kuti mwana aliyese wakuno afunika kukhala pano pa skulu.
And when the primary school head girl, Susan Banda, thanked government for bringing secondary education near them.
My sincere thanks goes to the President, His Excellency Hakainde Higa, and his government for granting us the opportunity to build the Undi Boarding Secondary School, which will benefit us, the upcoming future leaders, as it will lessen the burden of walking long distances to access secondary education. We are humbled.
Hope Bwalia, Katete District, Eastern Province.
Lusaka Province Permanent Secretary Robert Kamalata has warned parents in Rufunsa District against forcing young girls into marriages. Beatrice Mfula has more in the following report.
Other than the good investment the mine business is bringing to Rufunsa District, it has become one of the causes of the reduction of attendance in schools by learners, as parents are giving out their children into marriages to minors, and boys are preferring to work in mines as opposed to going to school. Chizente Primary School head teacher Karen Hamwinga has appealed to the government to look into the situation.
Earlier on we had about 300, but the coming in of the mines and the early marriages, for this year it has hit us very bad. This is why the enrollment now is a bit down. Yes, we have 282 now. We would want this thing to be intensified so that the parents around should be aware of not marrying off the children or not letting their children come into school.
Lusaka Province Permanent Secretary Robert Kamalata has since warned the parents who are marrying off their girls and mine owners who are employing young boys that the law will visit them.
Some of our pupils here, especially girls, have decided to stop school because there are gold mining areas around this place. They have decided to get married. One of the things we are fighting is early marriages. We are going to send a team here who are going to speak to the parents around. And remember, this time you marry off your child who is below the age, the parents are going to be arrested.
Meanwhile, Rufunsa and Longwa Labor Officer Chris Hikadilila says his office will soon embark on a community sensitization program to educate the community on child labor issues.
The fact that there is now free education, there's no reason for these children to be home as it was in the past, that they would give an excuse of the cost that was being incurred during the education. So I think we are starting a sensitization so that more and more people can be encouraged, more especially that even the surrounding and the environment is becoming more conducive.
With the introduction of free education, the government wants all children to have a chance to get educated. Beatrice Mfula reporting for Zanis in Rufunsa District.
150 girls under Keeping Girls in School (KGS) program have attended an academic symposium aimed at promoting academic excellency. Look at this report.
150 girls under Keeping Girls in School program have attended an academic symposium at Zambia's boarding STEM school aimed at promoting academic excellence. Zambia's District Commissioner Simeon Machai, represented by Zambia's Town Council District Planning Officer Kirian Malambo, stressed the importance of the symposium.
Our gathering here is aimed at promoting sharing of best practices, ideas on enhancing academic excellence. I hereby wish to encourage all institutions implementing KGS to always provide appropriate guidance to our girls in order to help them unlock their potential.
Acting Zambia's District Education Board Secretary Godfrey Kariati says the goal is to provide vulnerable girls with the opportunity to return to their education.
Girls come to school, as they ascend to higher grades, they fall out. Hence this initiative by the World Bank, so that most of the girls can be retained, can progress, and then find their God at the end of the day.
Meanwhile, learners thanked government for the gesture.
I wish to extend our sincere appreciation to the new John government of His Excellency President Hakainde Higa and the entire KGS national organizers for their unwavering belief and invaluable support for a girl child.
The academic symposium was held under the theme Unlocking a Potential, Securing a Future. Jesha Kafesh reporting for Zanis, Zambia District, Northwestern Province.
Nkehama District Commissioner Ellis Mukubesa has uploaded government for the construction of the Rural Health Center in Litoya Ward using the Constituency Development Fund, CDF. Details in this report.
This is Kaposhi Rural Health Center in Litoya Ward, which is one of the newly constructed health facilities in Nkehama District using the Constituency Development Fund pending commissioning. Nkehama District Commissioner Ellis Mukubesa visited the site to appreciate the impact of the Constituency Development Fund in the rural communities.
I came to Kaposhi Central and Litoya Ward to inspect the infrastructure which has been constructed under CDF. And this is one of the new buildings for our staff under the Ministry of Health. At the same time, we have got another structure that side, which is the hospital, which has been constructed under the directives of His Excellency the President. Now we appreciate the services which are being done through CDF under the new Dawn government.
Mr. Mukubesa further highlighted the importance of the facility to the community members around the area.
These facilities which has been built here, it will help the community because the distance from here to TBZ is about 12 kilometers. So when we have established a clinic, a hospital, a house, water, all these will be of a great help to the community because the community used to suffer. To travel from here to TBZ, which is about 12 kilometers, is a long way.
The community members have expressed joy for this development that has been brought to their doorsteps.
We are very thankful for this development we are witnessing in our area. We used to travel all the way from Kaposhi to Nkehama Hospital, which is very far, such that expectant mothers would deliver along the way and even from their homes.
They are further appealing to the local authority to hasten the commissioning process in order to reduce on the distance that is covered by people seeking healthcare services.
We are appealing to the local authority to quickly commission this clinic because people are still traveling long distance. We can no longer be traveling just to access paracetamol while we have this facility here.
The clinic constructed comes with an ablution block, an incinerator, a solar-powered water reticulation system and a staff house awaiting commissioning. Enoch Kaneta, Zanis News, Nkehama District, Western Province.
Lastly, construction of relief drainage system in some parts of Lusaka under the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development has advanced. Residents have commended government for ensuring that the drainage systems are worked on before the onset of the rains. Jen Simalomba reports.
The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development this year embarked on the construction of relief drainage systems in selected townships of Lusaka District. The project, whose works have now advanced, is expected to be completed before the end of September within this year. A check by Zanis at Pelican Road in Makeni found contractors on site working on the 6.2-kilometer stretch drainage system.
So this project actually seeks to arrest the problem flooding in Misisi, Chawama and part of Komboka. So this drainage actually goes all the way from the Blue Water to the 7070 road. And right now on the site we are mainly concentrating on the accesses to the various houses. Because this is an area which is built up and it's very busy. People are, need to have access to their plots. So basically we've prioritized the access. These were a problem even before.
During rainy season, most houses are usually submerged in water, especially in Kamara residential area. Thus, the erection of these drainage systems that will be transporting rainy water to the Bombay drainage system has placed the residents.
Bagwira nchito maningi, bagwira nchito ikuru maningi. Why? Because rain season tumankako na problem ukona. Manza mafwasa kukutea ende. So mwana tugwirira nchito wa government so tonga sikomo.
Tirere chitamusho panga manza mativuta kuno kumakeni kuno. So teme kila maningi apitirizi shobe. Rain season mafwasa manza maende so matingene manyumba.
The residents have also thanked government for the construction and rehabilitation of selected township roads in the district, which have been upgraded to bituminous standards.
Zisheze bwinezi okumbika. Apa manje banaikonza road at least manje kuli bwino. Na business yenda ko bwino. Sapatia mikira government ipitirize kuchita bintu baso.
Andetasha sana road yali yao naika sana. Apa nomba abantu balenda fe bwino. Apa nemyo tukashire pita fe bwino nomba. Chakutotela sana pali ba president pali road kuti ba apose kwa muno konse road.
Jane Simalumba Zanis in Lusaka.
That item concludes Zanis News, but before we go, a recap of the stories that made headline. President Hichilema receives credentials from ambassadors assigned to Zambia. Italian government gives Zambia Red Cross Society 500,000 euros. Government scales up retrieval of sincerely trapped minors. Plus, Lusaka Province Permanent Secretary warns parents against marrying off children. That is all we had for you on Zanis News. On behalf of the entire Zanis production team and my sign language interpreter, Renard Simukonda, my name is Faith Katai. Thank you for watching.